Today I got absolutely butchered at kickboxing practice. I actually had my face smack into the heel of someone. It was brutal, and I don't know if you can tell, I have some injuries on my nose from jiu-jitsu yesterday, and yes, I am becoming a martial artist if you cannot tell. It's not just muscles for show, it's muscles for power. I've done boxing for 2 years and now I'm doing MMA. Point is, that's not the whole point of this video, right? So I finished my boxing practice, my kickboxing practice, and I'm drenched in sweat. There's just water. I'm literally a swimming pool. I'm a floating swimming pool, and I go to sit down on the ring, right? There's a boxing ring, and there's like stairs. You know how like the Undertaker walks up those stairs and goes into into the ring, whatever, right? WWE, martial arts, you get the point. There's stairs. I sit down on the stairs. I'm putting my shoes on and everything, getting ready to lift because I do training as well as martial arts. Like I weightlift as well as martial arts. That's how I kind of look like this, right? So I'm getting ready to weightlift and everything, and then I see this little kid behind me. So I just, I kind of ignore him at first. I'm putting on my shoes, and then he's like shuffling around. Imagine I'm sitting on the stairs, and then he's literally on the stair right behind me, and then he's like shuffling around. So I turn around and I look at him, right? Turn around and I look at him. I'm like, hello. And he's holding this phone, right? And he's playing some weird game. Hello, I tell him. Hello. Continues playing. How are you doing? Okay. Continues playing. Okay, fine. Interesting. So I turn back around, continues to start, tying up my laces and everything. Then I turn back around to him. And I was like, you train here? He's like, no. Do you ever train here before? 10 years ago. I ask him, what? Bro, aren't you like 7? Well, no, I'm 6 actually. Okay. So I turn back around and I start continuing to tie my laces. Then I turn back around to him and I'm like, hey man, what are you playing? Is that like some pixel gun? And I'm like, because back in my day, that's one thing, man. Now I'm saying this shit like back in my day, we have become the annoying uncles, gentlemen. We have become the annoying uncles. Yep, we're telling kids now, stop playing video games on your phone. We have become the annoying uncles. I can't believe it. Bro, 5 years ago, I was hooked on this shit and I used to hate any adult telling me, hop the fuck off. Now I'm the adult telling them to hop the fuck off. It's crazy, right? I'm just telling the kid, okay, what is that? Is that pixel gun? No, it's Roblox, actually. Ah, okay. Continue tying my laces. I'm just trying to make conversation with this kid, and I'm also studying and observing him because it's not his father, it was his uncle, but for the purpose of this video, let's say it's his dad, right? He was who's taking care of him and who's driving around and everything, so dad. His dad was behind him, and he's not this totally obese, horrible body type guy, but he's actually in the ring. He's still in the ring, he's sparring, he's doing shadow boxing and everything. He's overweight, he's unhealthy, and he's just watching his son there, just playing with this thing. Okay, you've got yourself into this martial arts, you've got yourself into this practice, you've got yourself here. Why not bring your son with you? And it just makes you think, how are we going to raise our sons, right? Are we going to raise it like that? It's very interesting, okay? But anyways, I'm like, okay, it's Roblox actually. And I'm like, okay, man, I'm done trying to have a conversation with this kid because every time I try and chat to him, he just looks at me with, it's Roblox actually. Fucking shooting people. Then I'm like continuing time. My lace is getting everything done. And then all of a sudden I hear, fuck! As if someone died. I turn around to the kid and I look at him and I'm like, you okay, man? No response. He's continuing to play. And then I turn back around and then I'm finishing. I know it seems like I'm taking ages to tie these shoelaces, but I'm like double tying them and everything, putting my shoes on, and then I hear, "Fuck that ass!" And then I look at the kid, and he's just raging from dying. But that's not the issue. The issue is, sure, he's raging, but he's using these astronomical words, these damaging words to a little 10 to a 7-year-old's brain. That is crazy to me, right? I'm like, whatever. I'm not even gonna bother. I've seen enough for today. I can barely even see. I'm walking like this. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm walking with my legs stumbling over each other, right? Because of the kickboxing practice. And I'm going home. And then all of a sudden I see this, people start reporting this kid to his dad and everything. Moral of the story, this generation, or the next generation, right? The future civilization, your upcoming generation, when you're 40, the world will be run by these people. And it's people who live off of iPads and McDonald's right now. Their cognitive growth, their cognitive evolution is being controlled and used by iPads and McDonald's. They feed their brain McDonald's. They feed their brain iPads. And that's the biggest fucking foreshadowing of like a failed. Imagine a surgeon, right? Who, yeah, whatever, he studied, did all this shit, but as a child he was just fed McDonald's and fed iPad, and his brain is just stimulated with dopamine, and he still has the bad habits when he gets home, and that kind of translates into his workplace. As a society as a whole, you have kids being grown on iPads and McDonald's. You know how, imagine you grow an apple in like shitty soil, and then you grow an apple in volcanic Himalayan Hawaiian soil. You take a bite out of the apples. Which one tastes better? Which one is more nutritious? Which one is less likely to be contaminated and filled with weird shit, right? It's obviously the nutritious apple. And that's what you do to your to our children nowadays, right? Because we're growing old, and we're growing old, man. What the fuck? We're actually growing old. This is kind of like a chill video. There's zero cuts and everything. There's no script. I just wanted to have this conversation with you. How are we going to raise our children in such a minefield of a society where everywhere we go, where it's just going to be like, oh, OnlyFans girls, like ass, just tits out in her face, and on billboards, oh, adult entertainment. I was driving down the other, there's a whole fucking, bro, in my neighborhood, right? There's a porn like studio, and you can walk into it. It literally just, it says adult XXX entertainment. You can walk into it and do porn there and go home the same day. I've only seen this shit like on websites. I've never seen this shit in real life. And people can just walk into it. And this world is a genuine minefield for our children. Imagine your kid, like your little kid, is scrolling, right? Hopefully you don't end up giving him a phone that early, but imagine he just scrolls and then boom, he's just at that age, 12 years old. He sees an OnlyFans, like boom, ass. Literally just ass. Some like TikTok girl shaking it on the screen. You know what? We're guys, right? You know what that did to our minds. It hijacked it and it put it in a state of like of rabid horror. Right? That's the best two words I can use to describe. Rabid horror. Like a dog on rabies, but mixed with horror elements. Right? That's what it did to us. Imagine it doing it to your like 12-year-old kid, man. To your 10-year-old kid. To your 8-year-old kid. To your fucking 6-year-old kid. That's what I just saw at my kickboxing gym today. I'm not gonna go tell this guy how to raise his kid, man. It's not in my position to do that. This guy's like 25 years older than me. You can tell, like, he's in his late 30s, early 40s. It just mind boggled me, and it should you too. This whole next generation is just gonna be raised on McDonald's and all of this shit. So what's the solution then? Solution is for you to start setting an example. For you to make boring there's a paper on my wall that says make nothing as fun as work. And sometimes it's hard doing that. Sometimes you get caught by the nerdy algorithms, Jew dopamine manipulator pulling the strings. Sometimes you get hooked by those guys anyway. But it just serves as a good reminder. Make nothing as fun as work. That's your solution. You grab what is fun, but dirty fun. What's dirty fun? It's the scrolling, it's the porn, it's the junk food, it's this, it's, you already know what the dirty fucking fun is. What's the good fun? It's the training, it's the reading. You can imagine if you replaced all your scrolling hours with reading, right? If you replaced all of your scrolling hours with reading, if all of society did that, they could watch me take a sip out of this bottle without clicking off the video. Throwback to the old times. They could watch me do that without clicking off. That was so refreshing. They could watch me do that without clicking off the video. If society as a whole did it. But yet, hey man, let's vape. Let's vape. Let's smoke. Let's fuck around with TikTok. But why can't I get rich, bro? Because you still waste time. And every time I see someone like on my team or even myself, it's like it's so obvious. This is why you're not fucking rich. Because you're still wasting time. You're still wasting time. Now, even me nowadays, man, it's just like there's so much mental, even with the non-wasting, I struggle to find time. I genuinely struggle to find time. But the reason you struggle to find time is because it's all wasted into gunk, into filth, into rabid garbage. That's where it goes. Into the depths. You belong with the bottom of the bucket. Literally the bottom of the bucket. You belong with the sludge at the bottom of the bucket. That's where you belong. Because you still waste time. Actionable step. What's the number one thing? It will pop up in your head immediately. And watch and pay attention closely. Don't try and cope. It will pop up in your head immediately. What's the number one thing that wastes time out of your day? Probably scrolling. If not, probably video games. Probably something electronic that fucks around with you. And that is your first step. The first thing you need to get rid of to start getting rich, right? And if you want, I can help you with that personally. We take care of your health. We take care of your finances. We take care of your dating life. We take care of your mental health. We take care of your physical realm. We take care of everything at Blackthorn Capital. So check the first link in the description. Make that your first actionable step before you join, because I will test you on that and I will hold you accountable to it if you join through this video. Take away that most annoying, the biggest thing that fucks with your time, and yeah, join us, and that will help you so much more than just, fucking doing garbage, sitting around doing nothing all day, man. Or you can just go back to eating McDonald's that the FDA approve. Yeah, FDA approves McDonald's, bro. But every other week, they take away something that's been approved for years, and then they say, oh, I'm sorry, guys, that fucking emulsifier that sounds like a tank name from World War I. Oh, turns out it's bad for the human body. Oh, turns out the artificial flavors were bad for the human body too. Turns out the fucking red 20 or red 50 that they put, that we removed from makeup products 30 years ago because it was toxic, is bad for the body too. So we're gonna remove it 30 years late after killing millions upon millions of people. Oh, but I will continue to trust the FDA. Go and rot. You filthy, rotten scumbag. You pathetic pile of rotten filth. Where you belong, in the depths of a McDonald's drive-thru. And may you belong with the most obese worker there. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.